Hey Glow fam, welcome back to my channel. This is Glow Up with Dr. C, where faith, fragrance, and flawless skin meet. If you love smelling like luxury on a budget, but find that your skin isn't acting as luxurious afterwards after a spritz or two, today we're going to dive in top 5 threats of cheap Arabian scents and how to protect your skin from having those types of skin problems. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and stay. I apologize, I do have a little cold, so I apologize for how this video might turn out. The reason I decided to make this video is because when I first got this scent by Al Harmain Junun Noor, which is a beautiful scent, it's an inspired fragrance by Giorgia Dama Bianca, and it's very beautiful if you like that earthy patchouli smell. But one day I used this scent and I thought it was bed bugs. I had sprayed my body, and the next morning I woke up with a breakout all down my neck, all down my back. And honestly, at my age, I thought it was shingles. And me being a pharmacist, I tried to recall the symptoms of shingles, and it didn't match up. So the only thing that I could attest to it is that it was this fragrance. And not to mention, probably a month before that, my mom had a similar reaction to one of the Arabian dupes I gave to her. So that's the reason that I decided to inform my viewers and other fragrance lovers like myself, just give you some tips or some heads up before you start diving into a lot of Arabian perfumes. TikTok made me buy it. I'm not gonna lie, I love Arabian scents, the way they last and the way they smell. Some of them are a little bit more tolerable than even the neat perfumes that they're inspired by, but we have to learn to wear them in the smart way. Here's tip number 1. First, we already know that a lot of these Arabian scents are manufactured different overseas than they are here in America. The top niche fragrances that cost $500 and $300 plus, they are definitely manufactured different in America. Stricter law and things of that nature. Over in the Middle East, I'm not going to say all of the Arabian houses it's the same manufacturer of practice, but I just know as a pharmacist in America, when it comes to medication, if it's manufactured here, the FDA is going to be on top of it. You're going to have using quality general managers who are going to be looking at the process each and every day. Where some of these Arabian houses, they are using poorly distillation, poor ventilation, and extraction techniques when they're using these types of perfumes and in the chemical plant. So with that being said, there are a lot of leftover impurities that can irritate your skin and cause skin issues, especially if you're someone like me who's prone to acne, has a history of eczema and things of that nature. I can't afford to just use these types of straight off the bat. So the first tip that I have for you is when you do get a fragrance, as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter, make sure that you patch test the back of your hand or your leg. Just a patch test, you wear it, see how what happens a certain location on that certain spot on your skin. If you just start to have any type of breakout, any type of redness, type of swelling, you definitely don't want to use that perfume at all. Just go ahead and get it or gift it to someone else, throw it away, whatever you want to have you do. But if you start to have any type of raises or bumps after, let's say, about 2 to 3 hours of wear, usually that's a good enough. When your immune system and your skin responds to different either lotions about 2 to 3 hours, you want to go ahead and call it a day. Yeah, you might be allergic to that. And if it happens the next day and you notice that in that spot is still redness, or it starts to or you start to break out, even if it spreads and you patch test on that arm and then there's a rash that spreads on that side, you might be allergic, sis. So make sure, the first tip is make sure that you patch test. Now there is a thing called maceration and maturation. Maceration is what happened at the plant that the perfume was created in. Macerating as a part of the finishing process of creating that fragrance. Maturation is what happens at your home. So your perfume is actually maturing at your house. It's becoming a little bit bolder, a little bit more fragrant, and it's starting to last a little longer. Because these Arabian fragrances are so massively produced, they don't get the chance to fully develop and be tested at the plant like fragrances do. You have their the niche fragrance houses, you have their inspectors, they pay millions of dollars to get these quality assurance to come in, test before they release. Overseas, they kind of let it go, let the chips fall where they may. So with that being said, that's why you hear a lot of fragrant creators, they always say, hey, let it macerate. Give it a month before you wear it, or let it macerate, spray it, because you're actually the one who is finishing the process in your home. And so you're taking on the job of quality inspector, QI, okay? You're not getting paid for it. You're not getting paid for it. But yeah, and that leads me to another thing is, I'm sorry, I'm a little nasally, I'm trying to beat a cold. That maceration, you are being the one who is over the maceration and maturation process. You want to make sure that, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Anyway, but yeah, because you're allowing it to macerate, I know we want to get dupe for Young Bougie Marshmallow and all these other dupes for all these other scents and these top fragrances that are coming out. We want to get the dupe for them because top fragrances are $300, $400. So we want to see what the Arabian scents are coming up with, because we want to get that scent packed, but at the same time, you gotta let that thing sit. So what I suggest is let the hype go. You hyped up for a little bit, for a couple of months. For one, you're gonna have a better price if you wait about 5 to 6 months. So you perfumers or the creators but after the hype goes down, they cut their prices. Number two is you want to buy your Arabian scents before you actually use them. So let's say I wanted to buy, what's the newest one, Marshmallow Blush. I should have bought that back in December instead of trying to buy it now and trying to wear it out in the summertime. I should have been buying that in December, let it sit before I decided to buy it now. And so that way it would have been prepared for me to wear it in the summertime. And that's how you want to do a lot of your Arabian scents. You want to buy it ahead of the usage. So if you're trying to buy a winter scent, now is the best time to buy your winter scents that are from overseas, over from Arabian houses. And because you're allowing it to macerate, you want to make sure that you're keeping it stored in a dark area. It's away from sunlight, because the sunlight will make it too fast. You want it to be a slower process, so you don't want the sun to come in and the maceration process. Okay, tip number, what was that? 2? Okay. Number 3, which leads me to tip number 3. These fragrances are coming from overseas to America, and their shipping is horrible. You're being shipped in these bulk units, hot, typically how you want to have your fragrances stored. I'm just going to be honest. I know as a pharmacist, we have to store a lot of our fragrances in cool areas. Where you're talking about coming from overseas, you're talking about cheap fragrances. They're not paying for the top shipping companies to ship these things. Okay, trying to get in it, get your money quick and in a hurry. They know that you're trying to copy KLE, so they don't want you to hype to die down, so they quickly make it and they quickly ship it. You want to make sure that when you receive it, that you go ahead and, like I said, finish the maceration process in a cool, dry, treat it like royalty, get it up, dry area away from. Here's my last 2 tips I'm going to give you. You do decide to wear fragrances that haven't matured or macerated, don't wear it on your skin. Wear it on your clothes. If you have skin issues, eczema, even if you're diabetic, if you have immune system problem, clothes. Before you spray it on your clothes, put a little bit of oil. Ooh, my nose. Sorry. Put moisture barrier between you and your clothes, you and the. I always recommend Eucerin to all of my patients when they're putting anything on their skin for it. Just my favorite brand, recommended by a lot of dermatologists. Also, keep Benadryl cream. Benadryl, not the tablet, but the Benadryl cream is also available in a lot of drugstores. That actually fights any type of rash that you might have. If you have a breakout, use that, as well as take an oral Benadryl, which is very helpful, at least 50 milligrams if you're having a reaction. But the Benadryl cream also helps with the allergic reaction on the skin. The oral is going to help more with if you have an allergic reaction to a medication or things of that nature. So the Benadryl cream is what I would recommend to have on hand if you're prone to scrubs, or you have acne prone skin like I do, or used to, till I start using my gel. Yeah, I'll leave link for you. Now you can use any type of free balm, but make sure it's fragrance free. You don't want to have two fragrances sitting up on your skin, so make sure it's a fragrance free skin balm or your skin ointment. So there you have it. Those are the 5 dangers of Arabian scents. I also gave you 5 solutions because you're a solution giver. That's why you watch my channel. I'm gonna give you the plug always and every. If this video helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. Or if it didn't help you, hit the dislike button. If Al Qaeda and you plan on releasing the fragrance to America, because you're gonna release that terrorist dude, you know what I'm saying? You Al Qaeda. Hit the dislike button. As always, keep growing, keep glowing. I'll see you next time. Be blessed. Peace.